From the Pep Radio Newsroom, these are the stories we are following at this hour. We open with breaking news. Iran launches missile attacks on U.S. bases in Qatar and Iraq. Iran launched missile attacks Monday on U.S. military bases in both Qatar and Iraq, retaliating for the American bombing of its nuclear sites and escalating tensions in an already volatile region of the world. People in Doha, Qatar's capital, stopped and looked up as missiles flew and interceptors fired and struck at least one missile in the night sky. Iran now announced on state television that it attacked American forces stationed at Qatar's Al Udeid air base. A caption on screen called it a mighty and successful response to America's aggression as martial music played. Iran also targeted the Ain al-Assad base, housing U.S. troops in western Iraq, an Iraqi security official told the Associated Press. The official spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to comment publicly. The attacks came shortly after Qatar closed its airspace as a precaution amid threats from Iran. Back in the United States, President Trump will face a congressional vote over his military powers. While the president has authority as the commander-in-chief of the U.S. Armed Forces to order specific military actions, any prolonged wartime footing would traditionally need authorization from Congress. Trump faces a vote in Congress as soon as this week on a war powers resolution from Democratic Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia to direct the removal of the U.S. military from hostilities against Iran that are not authorized by Congress. Another resolution has been introduced by lawmakers from both parties in the U.S. House. Congressional Democrats demand a halt to Medicaid data transfer to immigration officials. A group of Democratic House members demanded the Trump administration and its officials on Monday to stop sharing data of Medicaid enrollees, including their immigration status, with the Department of Homeland Security. The request came in a letter sent by 31 lawmakers to Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and the letter was sent in response to an Associated Press report this month that detailed how deportation officials had obtained the sensitive data over the objections of career health officials. The data could assist federal agents in finding migrants. Back to the Middle East. New Israeli airstrikes in southern Lebanon because they aren't busy enough attacking Iran and Gaza. State media in Lebanon say Israel has carried out airstrikes in parts of the country's south, including the Hezbollah region of Apple Province. There is no immediate word on casualties. Monday's airstrikes were more intense than the usual, nearly daily ones that Israel has carried out since a ceasefire ended its 14-month war with Hezbollah in November. Israel's military says it struck rocket launchers at an arms depot being used by Hezbollah. And Israel expands the war against Iran to target symbols of its power, including a notorious prison. Israel on Monday expanded its war against Iran to include targets associated with the country's struggling theocracy, striking the gate of a Tehran prison notorious for holding political activists and hitting the headquarters of the military force that suppressed recent protests. Meanwhile, Qatar, home to a major base for U.S. forces and a major regional airline, temporarily closed its airspace in the evening as a precaution to what has recently happened, the Iranian retaliation, the foreign ministry said. The closure came several hours after the U.S. and United Kingdom urged their citizens in the energy-rich nation to shelter in place without any elaboration. In the past, Iran has threatened American forces at Al Udeid Air Base, which hosts the forward headquarters of the U.S. Military Central Command. Qatar, across the Persian Gulf from Iran, maintains diplomatic relations with Iran and shares a massive offshore natural gas field with Tehran. That's the news at this hour. Download the Live 365 app to take Pep Radio with you wherever you go. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on Pep Radio.